Hi, this video is the testimonial journey by Ellery, and he's kind enough to share his experience. But before he does that, I'm going to show the audience what Ellery looked like before, and so that way the audience will know where he started from. And then just to show, look at how natural and young and handsome he looked before, after full hair. Right side, left side, left side. You can see he has nice Elvis look on the side now. But okay, so Ellery, why don't you start from the beginning and share your experience. How surgery, how hair loss affected you, what your research and why you chose my clinic, and what surgery they look like. You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I suffered from hair loss probably starting end of high school, and was, I would say, noticeable probably around college. And so I would see it every day in the mirror, and eventually at some point I was like, I wanted to take action. So I decided to do some research and figure out, what kind of technology there was today to do hair transplants. Because I'd heard, from people that technology today is a lot better than the hair plugs of the past or whatever. And so I did a lot of research online. I figured out what types of surgeries there were, like FUT and FUE. And then I looked, I think, primarily on Yelp to try to figure out what kind of doctors in the Bay Area did hair transplants. And Dr. Diep actually had a lot of videos online, like before and after, and that's kind of what was my main decision factor, was going with Dr. Diep. He had a lot of evidence. And I also liked the explanations he did of his reasoning of how he went about doing the surgeries. So I did like that. So that was kind of the main reasonings I went with Dr. Diep. The surgery day was fairly long for me, so I had about over 5,000 grafts. And we started early in the morning, I think around 5:30 or so, and didn't finish till late into the night. So it was a long day, but it was a lot of grafts, so it took a long time. And with something like this, you want to take your time and make sure you do it right. So yeah, and so for the healing process, so once it was done, I had someone drive me back home, and recovery was, you have this special shampoo that you do for at least the first week or so, and you have to be very delicate with the grafts to make sure you don't knock them out. And yeah, and so I did that. So it was a slow couple weeks, took some time off to let it heal. But then once that was done and the swelling went down and I was able to take a normal shower, then it was just kind of the waiting game to wait for the grafts to grow in. I think at first the grafts were all there. They did slowly fall out and then grew back.
Probably about a month.
Yeah, so about a month I had all the hair, but then it fell out because it grows in the new hairs. So I think I really started noticing my real hair come back. I want to say 4 to 5 months after the surgery, and then a full head of hair probably about a year in, I think, is when I really had like a full set of hair.
Good.
Yeah.
Did anybody notice you have hair loss? I mean, hair transplant and those stuff?
Oh yeah. Well, especially people I lived with. Yes, it was very obvious. And then I think one of the highlights is I went to visit some friends about a year later, and one of the comments I got was, "I don't even remember what you looked like before your hair loss." So it was nice. It was nice because people kind of forgot that I had hair loss. So that was pretty nice.
And you yourself knew you were bald, and you yourself knew you had a surgery, but you kind of forgot how bald you were, right? Until you see the photo.
Right, and then we did the year. We just came in today. I just came in today and saw the before pictures, and it was kind of crazy how I had definitely forgotten how much hair I lost. So it was crazy to see that. Very, very happy and impressed with the results.
Well, thank you. And again, that's one of the great joy of my work is to see my work of art come to life and really make a difference in your life and in all my patients' life. And that's why I'm very passionate about my work. I want to make sure that every patient is my work of art, and I want to make sure it's not to give them the most natural hairline, not just density. So it bring back part of their life, what they lost when you lose your hair. It's not just about the look and those stuff, but it affects you're self-confident, and it affects not just physically, it's emotionally as well. And so if I can be a part of it and for the better, and that's what the great joys of my work is. And I'm glad I made a positive effect on your. And thank you, Ellery, for actually sharing your experience, because it's to show your full face is kind of, it's pretty brave.
Yeah.
but it helped a lot of other guy too, because
Yeah.
then they see, hey, it's not just photo, they want to see it's real, and they want to see what the experience like, and what surgery like. 'Cause you don't get a glimpse of that. And the before and after, you only see the before and after, but you don't get a glimpse of what surgery look like and feel like, and until the patient really share with them. And and each patient hair experience and surgery are different, and it's personal, and that's why I want, and I hope a lot of my patients will share that, so it will help, because by you watching other previous guy, it helps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did. That was
Yeah.
one of the deciding factors for sure.
Yeah, and now you passing it on and helping another guy, and you show that hair transplant can be real, and it can be very rewarding, and it can transform a person's face. Thank you.